Grown Up Group. This is a podcast by regular people tackling the world from a Black perspective. I'm Ty, joined here with Victor, Jazz, and Kira. And today we are featuring Jordan and Tyler. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Tonight we will be discussing love in 2024 with Gen Z. So first and foremost, Jordan, can I ask you to tell us about yourself?
I'm 17. I'm still in high school. I graduate this year, and that's really it.
Okay, all right. Tyler, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name's Tyler. I'm 24. I'm a cook. I really enjoy doing that. Not much sure.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on Gen Z? Tyler, you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm sorry. My thoughts on Gen Z, I would definitely say, I do feel like this generation is like a lot more like changing the future for other generations and paving the way and stuff like that for like the rules that we fight for and stuff like that, like protesting more and just doing a lot more and stuff like that for our future and stuff.
Okay. Jordan, how about you? What are your thoughts on Gen Z?
I agree mostly. I think Gen Z is more like we don't accept a lot of things. Like things that used to be accepted years ago are not really accepted now. Things that weren't accepted, like that usually are accepted, aren't really accepted now. So it's like, yeah, like I agree with him, basically.
Oh, okay, makes sense. I do see that often with Gen Z as well. Just a quick question to follow from that. I know it's not on the board or the list, why do you guys feel that you're the most hated generation?
I'll go. Well, like I said in the last thing, like the last question, I feel like a lot of people don't like that we don't just accept like the stuff that used to happen and like and that we're just trying to change a lot of things and just like I said, pave the way for our own future and stuff.
Mm.
Like I definitely would say like we complain more a lot more about things and so I would say, but it's not really a complaint. We're just trying to change things and make it better for ourselves.
Do you find it that it's common mostly about the work ethic?
Most definitely I do because as I've realized getting older, like I wanted to move out at 18, but like it's hard to get a job and then once you do get that job, I don't know, these feel like you're stuck there kind of, but like jobs don't pay much as you would need to in order to like live in a house or move out at this day and age. Like $30 an hour would be like the new $20 an hour. Like it's not enough.
Hmm. Thank you very much for that input. I agree with you. The economy has definitely changed with inflation. So I think that plays a large part on how we were able to move out so early on, opposed to newer generations. It makes it much harder for you to join the workforce and then actually be able to save and, get through life, the basics in life, food, grocery shopping, paying a bill, as well as what a rent or mortgage would be. So I'm in agreement with that statement. How about you, Jordan? What is your input on the topic of why you guys are the most hated generation, Gen Z?
I think we just don't take disrespect. Like
Hmm.
we're more aware, I feel like,
Hmm.
of things that are not obviously not okay.
Very opinionated. You guys always kind of like we try to tell you guys or try to let you guys know our beliefs and our thoughts on why, to ration with you, but you guys are non-accepting of the old way of life. You guys are trying to see your way through it. I think another thing that's unfair with the work ethic is the fact that a lot of it comes from or stems from fast money. And I say that because of the YouTube pages that's created, people are able to find other ways of revenue to in stream, like to stream revenue. So I think that plays a huge part of us thinking that you guys don't have the work ethic because you're like, I'll just start a YouTube page and TikTok page and I'll become famous, and I'm like, how? How does that last? And what is the longevity in that? You see so many people start those pages and become successful so rapid and so quick. And I think that fast money is appealing to you guys. But then it's like when that fades and it starts to, your, God forbid, YouTube page get canceled, or TikTok page gets canceled, then it's what is their next stream of revenue and how will they survive out there without the fast money when they step into the real world? It seems like it's unrealistic expectations. And you guys are kind of like set yourself up for that when you expect the fast money to be constant. and then longevity of that. It seems very unreal. But I think that when it comes to work ethic, we do complain about Gen Z. The number one reason, because you guys will start, Gen Z people would start a job, or, I could say future. You guys will start a job, you don't like it, you out. And I'm like, I don't understand it because coming from my generation, Gen X, we would keep that job until we have another job because we know more money is important. Money is a driving force behind everything that we do. So I think that's really what we can't understand about your generation. We're so far off from, our thoughts and what the dollar equates and how long it could last. So I think that's just the lack of understanding on our part, and maybe you guys lack of understanding on our part, because if we could meet somewhere in the middle and we give you guys knowledge and you guys understand it, I think that it would be like, safer haven for you guys. But I don't know, maybe over time you guys will see that. I'll move on to my next question. Okay, what are your thoughts on love? I'll let Jordan go first on this one.
My thoughts on love. I think for this generation, for Gen Z, I think it's it's almost like non-existent, because everyone is so emotionally unintelligent. So it's more accepting for hookup culture to be more accepting. Like that's what people usually go for. So I think it's not really relevant in this generation.
Okay. Yeah. Tyler, what are your thoughts on love?
No, I definitely agree with her on that. I don't know. It definitely just seems a lot more convenient and stuff like that, and just feeling just dealing with certain things and stuff. I don't know, some people aren't always just emotionally available to just disclose what's going on in their life to somebody else, like a significant other or something like that. They'd rather just, I don't know, stay to themselves, get money and stuff like that. So hookups are definitely more convenient.
Okay. How about marriage? Do you guys believe in marriage? Would you want to see yourself married in the future? I know, Jordan, you're still, 17, but when you think of your future, is there a man that plays a part in that, and is marriage involved?
For me, I don't really see myself ever being married. Like, I see myself being in a relationship, but being married, I think, is a stretch for me, because I like my space. Like, I'm a very set person, and I'm kind of selfish. I don't like to share. I don't like to share. So I think marriage is not in the cards for me right now. Like, I'm still young, so I don't know.
How about you, Tyler? Do you see yourself married? Do you see a future when you look in your future? Do you see that you're married?
I definitely thought about it, not too sure about it. Like she said, I am selfish. I like my things a certain way and stuff like that. Like I'm a very clean person in my area. I'm very organized and stuff. And I don't know. I don't want nobody coming along disturbing that for me. I don't know. But no, not anytime soon, really.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to pass the baton to Kira, and she's going to ask you the next set of questions.
All right. So my first question is, tell us about your dating or love experiences. Jordan, I'm gonna go with you first. I know I know you're young, but I still want to hear it. We still want to hear it.
I recently just got out of my first relationship, actually.
Right.
And right now, I feel like I loved him. I do feel like that. I don't know if I was in love with him. I'm not sure. But when it ended, it was hard, like really, really hard.
Yeah.
My heart was broken into pieces.
Oh.
But it's okay now. Like, I'm
Yeah,
over.
he'll be fine. Tyler, same question.
Experiences on love, I wouldn't say they're too bad. I did get out of a almost 3-year relationship not too long ago, and I don't know. I would say I do think about that person every once in a while, but
Right.
I try and stay away. It's like I've been doing better for myself and stuff since then, so I don't know. It really is just better for me to just focus on myself and stuff.
Right. I mean, it's so many people who talk about the Gen Z, and I'm just like, I kind of envy them, because listening to you guys and you talk about I want my space and I want to be myself, I want to be selfish. I'm just listening. I'm just like, wow, I wish I was like that when I was younger and I was selfish and I wanted my space and things like that. I don't know, it probably would have been a little different the way I'm
Mhm.
going or whatever, but I like that. Having your own space, that is so important, especially for your mental and things like that. So my next question is, what is the longest relationship you've been in? Anybody can answer that. Whoever want to answer first, go on at it.
Um, my longest relationship, well, my first relationship, it lasted 4 months.
That be feeling like everything. It really
Yeah.
does. 4 months seems like
Right.
forever. It does, especially
It
when you have
do.
feelings.
And especially like when you're having fun also with it, it definitely seems like a long time. So
Mhm.
4 months, yeah. Mm. Tyler.
My longest relationship was almost 3 years. It was something. Um, like I don't know. You definitely do grow to love a person and stuff like that, and accept them for who they are and stuff like that. I just moved away, so it made things kind of hard to the long distance and stuff. I'm not gonna. I'm an affectionate person, so I do like physical contact and stuff like that. So I don't know.
Right. Okay. So my next question is for you guys is, do you guys have an age preference?
Yes.
Can we hear that preference?
So for me, I don't like anyone younger than me. But for me, because I'm 17,
Right.
like the age that I stop at is 19 for sure. Like
Right.
nothing past that. Like no one younger than me. That's it.
Right. So I have to ask, why? I mean, why is that your preference? I know everybody has a preference, but is it the reason why that's your preference?
I think people younger than me are like a little bit immature. Like I have trouble connecting with people that are younger than me.
Right.
But I've always been told that I'm more mature for my age, and so I like to deal with people that are mature as well.
That was the reason why I asked. I could see just from listening to you, your maturity, how more mature you are than other 17-year-old. Tyler, same to you.
Um, I do like girls my age and stuff. I like at least like have something going for themselves instead of, because when I'm in a relationship, I like to be the provider, but nobody wants to
Right.
provide all the time. So I mean, you at least have something going for yourself.
So those are the end of my questions. I'm gonna pass the baton over to Jazz.
Hey y'all. My first question is, do you have a list of wants when it comes to love?
For me, I think just like know who you are, like be your own person, but also let me be who I am. Like accept me for who I am. Don't try to change me. Have something going for yourself, like be ambitious. Like we don't live a long time. Like we are on this earth for a short amount of time. And I think just being able to be yourself is the most important thing. And that's really all I have to say about it. Like that's all I want in a relationship. Like just allow me to be myself.
Right. Tyler?
Um, Most definitely a more down to earth person. Willing to like try things and stuff like that because I love trying new foods. I want to travel and stuff like that. I would love to have someone like by my side and stuff like that, have something
Right.
going for their so we could do stuff together, learn stuff together, and just grow as a couple or whatever.
Would you say adventurous will be a word?
Yeah.
Right.
And then yeah, just have something going for yourself for me so we could like do these things together and stuff and be ambitious, like she said, and like so we could just learn and grow and stuff as a couple.
Right, right. That's good. Good answers. My next question is, do you think sexual relationships slash situationships is your generation's preference?
100%. Definitely.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Um, I I know for a fact I have a few friends, they work like 2, 3 jobs trying to like provide for themselves and stuff like that. And I don't like they just like they said like having a relationship doesn't really like work out with trying to fit that person also into their schedule and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And just like not being able to see that person so much because they have to work and stuff like that. And so like find little time that's convenient for you. I mean, you're still a person, you have emotions, you want to do stuff. So but yeah, most definitely it's more convenient.
Yeah, I think so. I think one of you guys said something about, well, I don't know if you actually said it, but I think nobody has time for feelings. Nobody has time for everybody working, everybody's, I think the generation's kind of lost when it comes to that. Like, what about love? And what about, companionship? It's like, nope, I'm good. I work a lot. I don't have time for it. I'd rather hook up with somebody. I'd just rather just be by myself. And it's like, it's a good thing. And it's also a bad thing because eventually when you get older, you're gonna want that.
I was gonna ask, do you think you got that from your parental guidance? Do you think that your parents kind of shown you that it's a waste of your time or energy? Do you feel that you've gotten that from someone that you've, been around that may be older, words of wisdom? Do you think that's where you guys got that or derived that feeling of, not wanting to be bothered with the other half or, focusing on yourself and being selfish in regards to putting yourself first? That's not a bad thing, but I just want to ask do you think that that's where you got that information or, took a page from that book for that information?
I think so. A lot of older people tell me, like, I'm young, I should just live my life. Like, you don't need to be in a relationship. Like, date multiple people, meet multiple people, talk to a bunch of people. And for like, that's not, I don't really like that. I'm not like that as a person. Like, I don't want to talk to a lot of people. That's stressful to me. Like,
Right.
that's more on my plate to worry about multiple different people and think about their feelings and consider them all the time. Like, as I said before, like I'm a pretty selfish person, but I also think like it's okay to be selfish sometimes, but
Hmm.
there too much of anything is bad.
Yeah.
So being too selfish is not good.
Mm.
And that's where it comes from in our generation where we're so focused on just doing everything the fast way. Like, you don't have to fall in love, you can just hook up. That's it. But I want my space. So I don't need to fall in love. I want my space. I want to be selfish. But then you're getting older and you're
Yeah.
not getting the affection that you want because you spent all of your young life
Yeah.
participating in hookup culture and situationships.
Okay.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It's like you're young, you're wild, and you're free. Because I was that at one time, and then you said about being in a relationship for 4 months. I was engaged after 4 months to somebody, and I was 18. So that young, yeah, I was very. I had a kid, and everything. I had a baby and everything. So yeah, you want young. You don't know any better. You just trying to figure things out. Like I thought at the time, like okay, this is gonna be the man for the rest of my life. Like I'm gonna marry him. It was a joke. It was a freaking joke. I thought I knew what I wanted, and I realized now if I would have stayed with him,
Mhm.
I would have been miserable. We were too
Hmm.
young, so it's a good thing to be young, wild, and free, but it's also a thing like eventually having no feelings and having like hookup culture or whatever is gonna come back to bite you eventually. Because nobody's gonna be able to know how to love, be affectionate, how to date anything. Go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah, want to just take on that. Like, I wouldn't say I've learned it like from like any parents or anything like that, but like I've like definitely learned like growing up in just certain relationships and stuff like that. People are selfish, you feel me? And if you don't put
Yeah,
yourself first, then who is? You feel
right.
me? So like being in a relationship, you open your heart and feelings and stuff like that. Nobody likes to get hurt, you feel me? So I feel like you definitely like put yourself at a distance. You feel me? So like I feel like that's why people most definitely prefer like hookup culture and stuff. So
Yeah, it's a good thing, it's a bad thing. I didn't grow up in that, like we didn't grow up in that time to where, like no feelings. Some people they grew up that way, but some people like you have to have feelings, and but if you have feelings for people, you soft. It's weird, that's that Johnny culture. Like it's soft, it's weird, like ew, like it's frowned upon. But eventually, you're gonna see it may come back eventually and bite you in the butt. So, okay, my next question is: do you use social media as a dating tool?
No, no, not at all. I prefer to meet people in person. I think like you get the wrong people post the best parts of themselves on social media. So what you're
Hmm.
seeing is not what you're actually gonna get.
You agree, Tyler?
yeah, I do. I use it sometimes because I'm a shy person and I don't always say what I want to say. But like if I meet someone in person and like I get their contact information and stuff like that, then I'll, for me, start to like, I don't know, say what I actually wanted to say or whatever.
Right. As for example, right, I have a 17-year-old daughter, and we were at a party, and she was like, "Oh my God, this boy, he's so cute." And I wonder what his Instagram is. I was like, "He's standing in front of you. Go ask him. Go have a conversation. Go talk to him. He's in front of you." Like she said, like Jordan said, you're gonna see the best part of somebody. You don't even know how this man really sounds. Like I've had some crazy experiences where this man's like a whole girl. Like, wait, that's
Right.
not what I. He was cute, but you got a girl voice. It was like, no. So it's like y'all losing like the human connection, the human touch. Like, go talk
Right.
to him.
Mhm.
And so I'm about to ask him his Instagram, and I'm like, y'all are so lost. Like, my God, but it's better to be face to face. You get a vibe off of somebody. You can actually like get a feeling or a vibe off. People call people weird internet. No, you have never met a person who was weird in real life. You have to really walk up to somebody
Mhm.
like, wait a minute, this person is really real life weird. Like so,
Mhm.
like stranger danger. So yeah. So yeah, you say I guess it's a good thing and a bad thing because sometimes like y'all culture, like my daughter, when y'all generation, my daughter, she be like, oh, this person was such like he had money online, he has nothing. I'm like, because you met him online and you met him in person, it's
Mhm.
like the same person. So like Joe was saying, it's like face to face is better. Like y'all said, face to face is better. So yeah, that's enough of my questions. All my questions.
Okay. So I'm gonna take the lead again on the actual remaining questions, just so we can, kind of round things off and kind of put a finish to this, because I'm really, it's kind of like you guys are schooling me a little bit because I didn't know
Right.
why I had a disdain for Gen Z,
I
generation.
still do.
But I'm also raising Gen Z generation, so I'm looking at them sideways every day, like you want to fight. So I'm
Right.
happy to hear the
Mhm.
perspective because it's a different perspective than what we grew up with. So,
Yeah.
I thought it's just selfishness and, hard-headedness and not wanting to listen. But it sounds like you guys are just basically focused on what you need to do for yourself and your own mental health. It sounds like you guys are really aware of, what you're getting involved in, where we just basically threw caution to the wind, skinned our knees, and figured it out as we went
Yeah.
along. And that's the difference between the generations. So I think you guys know this one already because I just said it. So what are your thoughts on dating apps versus social media in terms of dating?
Stupid idea, in my opinion. Stupid idea. I think it's not smart. I feel like social media has like dumbed us down a little bit, made us socially awkward and
Mhm.
afraid of rejection.
Okay.
I like your responses.
I
Tyler.
I agree with that. Dating apps and like, I mean, meeting people over social media and stuff is just like you can run into a lot of weird people and stuff like that, and just people who aren't who they seem who they are, or maybe like just meeting them in person and just something throws you off about them. Like, I don't like it.
So both of you are against the social media dating. It's very interesting because how else do you guys get into situationships in the hookup culture if you're not using the DMs as one of the driving forces? Because that's one of the most popular things I think out there within your culture is that whole DM. I honestly want to say you guys were the first ones to jump on a bandwagon of like direct messaging and be like, we're gonna ride this one till the wheels fall off. So that's really weird. How do you get into your hookups and hookup culture and situationships that you discussed earlier, if that's not the case, if you don't mind me asking?
I mean, you meet people, you come across people. Like I work with, for me, a few people. I done met people in stores or like even just getting coffee at Dunkin' Donuts or something. Like the cashier might be cute or something, or I don't know. You shoot your shot, or for me, I don't. I definitely feel weird saying, but
Mhm.
it just happens, bro. I don't.
Okay, the human connection. Okay. How about you, Jordan?
Yeah, I agree. Like you just go outside and you just meet people. Like the worst they can say is no at the end of the day.
Did you ever tell about how we used to meet people back in the some of us how we used to meet people on the chat
I,
line?
I was just going to say
I
something.
would never.
Girl, we
We
did,
taking
we
that to the
did,
grave.
we did. We
The
had something
800 number we used to dial.
child. Let me tell you. Okay, so if nobody ever told you about the chat line, we had the thing with the phone, and I forgot exactly how it went, but we had like numbers we could call. It's very vague to me, but we was on like on a phone, and people y'all probably could tell me how we met these people on the phone, and they would leave us messages. And like this one white guy, he was like, "Yeah, my name is such and such. I'm 35 years old. I'm 5'6", I'm 200 pounds." I'm like, "I'm 14. Bye." But then, we met, like you say, we met weird people. And then this one time, in my friend, I don't even we did some wild stuff. But we met these two guys, and we met them in East Orange, and I think one of them was a girl. It was like this was for me. I'm like, I think I got a girl. I think this is a girl. I think it's a girl. And it was really weird. We even we did dangerous things. I'm gonna say that. We went to their house, everything in East Orange. Like they could have been whole kidnappers. And the crazy part, the house was empty. Like whose house is this? Like this was their house. We could have got kidnapped. See, y'all not like us. We was adventurous. Like we would go meet people. The crazy, like we would do things. Like so that was the thing we used to do. Like take the human connection. We really was like, okay, we'll meet you at such a place, stranger on the phone. And then we got to some things. So, but we here to tell a story, so we didn't die. So that's a good thing.
Right.
So,
Yeah, thank God, thank God.
so
So
we
you
did some
know,
stuff, child.
that's what when I say when we threw caution to the wind, that's exactly what I'm talking about. We weren't afraid. We went outside. We were outside in these streets, and not that it was
Literally.
necessarily a good thing, but I mean, we took the risk. We took the risk because if you want love or you want, a relationship, you got to put yourself out there to find it.
Right.
And we were willing to do that. We were so foolish we were willing to do that. So 100%. I remember those direct messages. You dial that 800 number, never a 900 number, an 800 number. You
800.
put a PIN
Okay.
code in, which was your
Mm-hmm.
personal PIN code. It was like a voicemail message that was set up. I'm telling you because I was on it daily. Okay. I was like, let
Right.
me get my calls in.
I
And no
don't want to hit
lie,
this.
you meet great people and they would be friends. I met one of my
I
girlfriends
don't
that way. We
like
were
saying that.
friends because we were on a group call. And then she was like, I live up the street. We both on Stuyvesant, just different ends. And we met and we were like girlfriends to this day. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
represent. Hey, Tasha. So, I mean, like, you never know, like, who you going to find, even in friendship. So that's what made me ask about the, whole social media and dating apps, because that was our version of, dating apps and social media to us back then, because we didn't have that AOL connection hooked up, that dial-in type of connection. We born y'all, because
Mm-hmm.
y'all don't know nothing about that life. There we go.
Get on the phone, like
It
I
was
get off the
so loose,
phone,
like
like you
what
never
a
did that.
phone call. Like, wait till you hear it was rotary. That's a whole nother
Right.
Right.
Like
the
your
risk
hand
we were
was in
willing
your
to take.
phone, but you had to dial a bunch of numbers in order to get to it. And the
Right.
message
Mm-hmm.
was like 15 to 20 seconds. And then you
Yep.
gotta remember the number and call them back.
Yep.
So I won't bore you guys any further with those details, but what would you like to tell your opposite gender is most important to you in life, and where would they fit in that?
I don't know, bro. I don't want to sound like a bitch, bro. But
No.
like, bro, I could definitely say like a lot of my like guy friends and stuff like that, and just friends I know like they be having trouble in like their relationship or whatever, and like we just talk about certain things and stuff. And it's like guys, like I don't know, I wouldn't say like I don't know how to even explain it, bro. I would all right. I say guys aren't really as like as guys do care a lot more than what like a girl may think. Like like for instance, like oh like a girl might be like, oh, he doesn't care about me, he doesn't put in that much effort or this or that. But a lot of my friends, like I said, I like to be the provider. Like when we can't do things like that, like when we don't have it or able to treat you to something when we would really like to, like that's stressful for us. Like it makes us feel bad in a certain type of way and stuff like that. I would say like we definitely do care a lot more than what they would think. Like I would feel like say like we're a lot softer inside than what we may like put off to show. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I don't know. Like we do act hard and stuff like that, and you feel me, you want to protect the person that you're talking to and stuff, but like bro, when guys get around their girl in private, you feel me, they'll switch up, you feel me, and you'll really see the softer side to them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Hello
what like
talk.
yeah, that's what I
Right.
mean.
That's really sweet. It does. Like you never think that because the tough guy act, you have to be the protector, but it's good to know behind closed doors you keep that, as it should be. I think that intimacy between, a guy and a gal, behind a guy and a girl, should correct that. The intimacy between a guy and a girl should be behind closed doors and not always on display for everyone to see. And if you do, believe in PDA or whatever, that's your agreement that with your mate. So that's perfectly fine. I'm okay with that as well. It's just great to hear that, we had a segment previously why women are harder and men are much softer. And not to say that you're softer, but it's just like you guys are more in tune with your mental health and your feelings and emotions. There's nothing wrong with that. We don't, I think the generation of men prior, were really big on, what is that? You fall, you brush it off and get over it, like kind of, ideology, and it's no longer, accepted. So, I commend you guys in a generation on your feelings and acknowledging them. I think that's a great thing. So that's what you would want to tell the opposite gender about your, relationship or what you feel. Is that what you're saying, Tyler?
Yeah, what you just said, the saying like just get up and brush it off your shoulder, bro. I was literally telling my friend this earlier. The saying "man up" and stuff like that, it pisses me off, bro. Like I'm still a
Right.
human. I have feelings. I'm allowed to be sad. Like
Mhm.
it pisses me off so much. I hate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is what I was trying to say.
Yeah. How about you, Jordan? You want me to reiterate the question?
Yes, please.
Okay. So what would you like to tell your opposite gender is most important to you in life? Where would they fit in?
I think I would tell the opposite gender that it's okay to not be so closed off. You know what I mean? Like when you are engaging in a relationship with the opposite gender or like whatever your partner, it's okay to wear your heart on your sleeve every once in a while. Like you don't have to just be so closed off and have so many guards up, but no one can get to you. And where someone would fit, I don't know, just be my partner. Like just be someone I can come to.
Actually really great information and great advice. I think that is reasonable. I don't think you're asking for anything that's hard. I don't know if the opposite sex would agree or not, but yeah, I don't think you're asking for anything unreasonable. It makes sense to me. Victor, you ready for your next set of questions to ask?
All right, so let me ask you folks this, and I'm actually very interested in Tyler's response. Also, Jordan, because I hope that you've got much grandiose plans than this. But would you date someone with children?
No.
I mean, I couldn't see myself taking care of somebody else's kid for me, but I mean that person, sure. So I mean, she's still a person for me with feelings and stuff. If I find something attractive about her, if she's a nice person, if she has everything that I'm looking for, then why not?
My follow-up question would be, at what age would you even consider it?
I think it doesn't have anything to do with age for me. Like if I don't have any kids, I don't want to date anyone with kids.
I like that answer. Great answer. Great answer. Tyler?
Um, yeah, like I just said, I mean, I don't see myself having kids of my own at any time, and I've been with at this age that I am now, 24, I've been with someone who has kids, and that just wasn't very right because they were pushing like all the like problems and asking me for stuff, and I didn't see myself doing that or enjoying that at all. Because I kids are okay, bro, but I don't really like them.
Hey, listen, I was where you were before, and trust me, it's not fun
Like
when
I
you
don't like
have a household.
I don't like them, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I mean, it's not fun when you had a household and you don't really have the final say because, those aren't your children. So that includes other people inside your household. And depends on how comfortable you are with there being another male presence somewhere. Maybe not in the house,
Yeah,
but somewhere. So if you're not comfortable with that, you shouldn't do it.
yeah,
And
most
Jordan,
definitely.
yeah, as a young lady, I would hope that, you are Jordan's, Tyler's age, yeah, you would still hold on to that ideology. I guess my last question would be, what do you, either one of you think about the whole 50-50 relationship conversation online?
I think 50-50 is like custom to everyone. Like I don't think there's a set 50-50 with like just in general. I think people just do what is best for them. So if you and your partner, like your 50-50 is the man takes care of the household. I mean, the man takes care of like the finances and then woman takes care of like the house and the children, then that's their 50-50, but that's not the same thing for everyone else. So I don't think it really exists.
I agree with that. I think like the 50-50 would be the same, but like you guys could obviously like switch it around every now and then and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I could take care of the house and stuff like that, and she take care of the kids and whatever. And you could switch back and forth. Like I don't know. Like it's manageable, most definitely. Like some days if I don't got it, I would like to be taken care of. If some days I do got it, I would like to take care of my family house or whatever. Or,
So you both
Yeah.
agree that it should be like a shared responsibility based on what the financial income of the household is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if your mate didn't have it, would you be able to be in agreement with taking on that solely? If you had to be the only, financial responsible person in the household, you would take that on?
Yeah.
yeah, most definitely.
Sounds like there's hope for the future, if you ask me. So
Tremendous.
I am wonderful. I can't wait to go hear the playbacks. I know you guys, slam this so quickly. I can imagine what you said earlier.
They were phenomenal. Their responses were like so mature.
Right.
I'm really surprised because, hearing, 17 and 24 is such a huge age gap, but you're within the same, Gen Z, with each other, and you have very similar thinking. So I want to thank you guys for joining us because that gave us a lot of input on your generation and Gen Z and your different perspectives from Gen X and the other generations before it, boomers as well. We get a little crack of, just information from your heads and what you've told us. So I think it is like a learning lesson for us, just as much as it will be for our audience and platform. So I'm thankful for that. Thank you so much for joining us at the Grown Up Group. Make sure you please like, share, and subscribe, and have a great evening or day whenever you're watching this.